Apes and Zombies, and how the show format is run is you'll be hearing almost two voices coming out of the speaker above. One will be myself, and the other one will be Craig from Craig's Coin Purse. And you can actually watch it live. I just pinned it up at the top. You can actually view it because we'll be diving into some charts, some cryptocurrency charts, talking about a little bit what the MACD is, diving back into the meme coins and charting where they were at last week in comparison to this week, and also just retweet the room. Invite your friends, invite all the other aliens, apes, and zombies in your life into this room right now. And if you want to come up and chat at all, feel free, or on what we're talking about. Do that as well. People chime in and they put their comments in watching as well on Twitch, on YouTube. So you can watch as well on Twitch and YouTube at Crypto Novo 311 on just about any platform. And you can also watch it live on Craig's Coin Purse. But without me talking any further, Craig, how are we doing again? It's a Sunday here in the States. Monday, you're in the future. I love to talk to people in the future. That's what I try to do, to stay two steps ahead. I've noticed a new PFP, MRFer with
man.
So what do you want to chat about? Where do you want to kick off? But first of all, tell a little bit about yourself, a little elevator pitch.
Yo, hello everyone. Elevator pitch. Hi, I'm Craig. Craig's Coin Purse. You may know me as from X, just your resident degen who kind of chases the volume wherever it may go, and that may go from altcoins to big caps, mid caps, small caps, meme coins, friend tech, NFTs, etc., etc. So, thanks for having me again, Novo. Happy to be here, and we can shoot the S about the market today. So looking forward to it. And new PFP kind of happened by accident. I was in a group chat with a bunch of friends, a bunch of mother effers, and I've been thinking about getting one for a while, and I haven't bought an NFT for some time. Actually, I didn't buy this one either, funny enough, but one of the guys in the group, Bells, who's a good mate of mine, he was like, man, I've got this one vaulted. If you want to take it for a spin and see what the community's like, feel free. And I was like, you know what? I love the color scheme on that. It actually semi-matches my 8 from prior. So I was like, look, I'll give it a run. And one of the other boys, Mike 3, chucked on the Pit Viper Sunnies. And before I'd actually said I'll use it, he'd already customized it for me. So I was like, God damn it, you guys, how can I say no now? So,
well, I hope you don't mind. I hope they don't mind, or you don't mind, or whoever doesn't mind. But I made a POAP of it, so I hope I don't get in trouble for that. But
they won't mind at all, man.
Matter of fact, as I'm doing it, talking right now, there'll be POAPs to claim later in about 20 or 30 minutes. Craig, what I'm going to do right now, I'm slow talking because I'm multitasking, is I'm going to drop a couple other POAP claim codes. Cool. Your Twitter DMs right there. So you can share it with whatever other MRFers you want to. People in your friend tech, if you'd wish to share it in your friend tech or whatever, you can just hold on to them yourself and not claim them to keep the supply low as well. I don't know. There's no value with that.
I will throw it up on my friend tech. I think I'll give them a little bit of love. There we go.
And I got 50 of those that can be claimed. I think I have 25 more left. But anyone listening, hang on about 23 more minutes, and I'll give you a POAP claim code, so you can plug that into your into POAP there in your POAP app, and then bada boom, bada bing, it'll pop on up. It's not the claim code. I keep on forgetting what it's called. It is the secret word. All right, I'll give you a secret to kick off that. But one thing that I did tweet out earlier this week was the rainbow chart, the Bitcoin rainbow chart. That was something that we talked a little bit about last week on the show. And, we're just leaving the darker grayish blue area, entering into the green area. So out of the consolidation, more into the accumulation, still cheap. And then before you know it, just stays in hodl just a little bit till it rockets to the moon. but then also Ethereum last week. And these are the numbers that we saw last week when we were on the show. This is 1840 was last week. I'm going to hit enter up here on the top. And those of you who are not seeing the charts right now, if you look at the top of the screen and click on either the Novoverse, or even I'll get Craig, I'll try to pin your video as well up there, because we are streaming live video. So either from Craig's Coin Purse, his top tweets, most recent, or the Novoverse, you can watch these charts. And what it is I'm showing the price from last week, and I'm hitting enter here on the top because I have not changed the anything on it since last week. So we're up to 1888. We talked about that number last week, a nice round number, and we're seeing it peak again right above 1900 here on the daily chart for Ethereum. And zooming back out to the monthly, there again, 1, 2, 3 peaks right here at 1777, a number significant last week. And there's usually a pretty significant amount of trading volume in there, the Bollinger Bands, around that 1700 range. A lot of people that have bought and sold. And the next range is around that 2000 range. And that's usually when, I don't know, maybe grandma and grandpa don't call, but friends call, like, hey, what about this Ethereum stuff? What's going on with it? And that's maybe when the next tier of people start buying, where in reality, the institutional investors already bought. They've already accumulated. They accumulated, prior to even looking at the monthly chart. If you look at the yearly chart here, you could see it dipping down into the $1,100-$1,200 range for the first good part of last year, almost a year ago to date, up until mid January. So almost 2-3 months from today, if you're talking a year time span. We'll click over to Ape Fest, because I know there's a lot of people, they don't have the last week's number on it, but Ape Fest is another one that might have spurred ApeCoin going up in value here in the last couple of days. Our meme coins, my charts are not in there and loaded. That's unfortunate. So we can't see the side-by-side comparison. But how I view all this is it's almost the funnel of where all this money's coming from. Is the more overall market cap that has funds in it, and almost the less of percentage of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin had 51%. Now it's around 50% of the total market value, or market cap, excuse me. That money flows down into the altcoins, the shit coins, the meme coins. And that also filters into the NFTs, the gaming, et cetera, et cetera. So the there might be millionaires made in Bitcoin, but there's thousandaires also made throughout this ecosystem as well. And maybe good transition over to you, Craig, with the thoughts of what is happening with the different alternative coins in this marketplace.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Greenie. He's a friend of mine down in the crowd. So hello, everyone, and hello to Greenie down there giving me a bit of a listen. Greenie's a bit of a TA whiz, Novo. So he's good. He's definitely helped me out a lot. But as far as the market goes, looking pretty good. It was funny. I was going over it last night before we had our chat, and Bitcoin was still holding the 35. Ethereum last night tapped the 1900. So Ethereum, I think, was up 15% for the week, where it had been a little bit weaker compared to Bitcoin the last sort of month or so. But it looks like Ethereum's kind of stepping up now. And another interesting one I thought that was kind of cool was just going to the yearly for Bitcoin. If you jump on Bitcoin and go to the yearly,
and that's I noticed that as well, as the yearly on that. And
it's nice, man.
As soon as that dips, and that makes it, I think it changes like the computer algorithms too, because it shows this huge range, like right over here. It's going to be like one more day, and then it's going to dip down. I mean, we're at 64% gain in a year,
which is pretty good. And one of the points I made last week and prior to that was every time, well, for a long time, since about the $17,000 Bitcoin mark, every time we saw Bitcoin rally, which you can see those kind of stairs going up there, It's pretty clean movement, actually. That's quite nice to trade. But the point I wanted to make is each one of those rallies there, I remember so many people saying to me, oh, it's a bull trap, it's a bull trap. And at the time, it very much felt like that because we had just had our ass handed to us for, this whole bear market sort of 2 years. So people were quite battle scarred. And it's quite funny now to zoom out. And I can remember people constantly saying to me, bear trap, be careful, it's going to go back to 14,000. Looking at it now, that looks pretty wrong. What they were saying looks pretty wrong. We've had 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th step up. So
right? It is. You can see the ladder steps.
So if this is a bull trap, it wouldn't really matter because you've got you haven't 2x'd your money, but you're up 64%. So, you could exit in profit now and avoid any so-called bull trap. But my feelings have been for a few months now, the bull market's here. We've had early signs of it. Even Friendtech coming along, I think was bullish for the whole cryptosphere itself. And just seeing this, seeing meme coins kind of pop off again gave me that sort of indication. And then look, the price just tells you it, doesn't it? Bitcoin now, it's, stepping back. I feel like we're in fact, I dare say we're well on our way now. Looking at that yearly, I feel it's not really the start. In fact, I feel like it's been happening for quite some time. For about a year, really, just a slow burn, which
well, no one talks about it. No one notices it. No one wants to acknowledge it until after the fact. Meanwhile, there is huge volumes that are being bought. Like even when the sell-offs triggered a huge buying spur. We had a sell-off that crashed it down to 20,000, and then within 2 weeks, it's almost up $8,000. Just like that. This is looking on the Bitcoin chart, and that drove me. There's a saying that I hear in the trading space is when in doubt, zoom out. Don't look at the hourly, like, oh, what's it doing this second? What's it going to do this? Unfortunately, I look at it every other second. I'm almost addicted to it, but that's what got me off of, Clash of Clans playing every second. And Dr. Doge, good to have you. I can't get any sound on you, but you can feel free to speak. We got Dr. Doge playing. Hey, Doge. Dr. Doge and I have been able to reconnect playing the OG map on Fortnite. So he's playing that live action now while we are chatting. So Binky's in there as well. I played with her as well. We finished 4th. We did all right. So when in doubt, zoom out. And what I would do is I would, before any kind of major leverage trades that I'd put, and there again, none of this is financial advice. I would look at the MACD, and I don't even know what the actual definition for the MACD is, but it is a setting on most charts, and I usually keep it within Ethereum just because I view Ethereum as kind of the blood source to the NFT sector. And, the better Ethereum's doing, better NFTs, better technologies push, because now you can actually pay people more to do more things within the space, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. So when the MACD turns over, usually within the hourly or the daily, usually you have an uptrend, but you kind of wait almost years sometimes for the weekly to turn over. And I'm gonna pull the weekly over here, large chart here, and this is the Ethereum US weekly on Binance. And underneath of it, I pulled up. There's different chart indicators you can pull up, and I pulled up MACD, MACD. Which will be the POAP claim code, but that won't be for another 15 minutes. So don't rush to that now, but just in case, if you have to tune in a little bit later. And if you looked, and this is from the absolute beginning on the MACD, first, the MACD crossed over in mid 2019, and it went from anywhere from the range, Ethereum went from the range of $100 up to about $400. So you're talking, you know, I mean, from $100 to $400 is the first time it crossed the MACD. And then it dipped down in the MACD, and it dipped down into that $100 range. And then it peaked up sporadically to about the $600-700 range. The second time the MACD turned over, and that was in early 2022. And then it just dipped down just for like almost a half of the beginning half of 2022 from February to July. And then July 2022 is when it peaked over again, the MACD, where it went from about $200 for that Ethereum up to about $4,400. So that was once, twice, third time it goes up from $200 to $4,400, and that weekly range was from about June or July in 2020 from 2020 until November, 18 months of 2021, and then it dipped down, and it's been underneath that all the way until it reached January of this current year, where it started uptrending at a higher significant rate, where it breached right around $1,500, and it maxed out around $2,200. And then now here again, it's tickling it twice at about $1,900. So, I mean, if you just catch and replace those back ends of it, I mean, you're looking this thing to maybe pump to where we saw last time. And there again, not financial advice, but just reading prior charts.
Yeah, it's looking good. I think I need someone a lot better with TA than me. Greeny down there will probably know, but I think there's some. I think we start to hit a pretty big resistance between 19 and 21 around there. 2100, 1900 for Ethereum, and once it breaks through there, then it's go time. Myself for this next bull run, I've seen some really conservative estimations of ETH, and maybe I'm way off the mark, and maybe I'm too bullish. But going off, for last 4,400 approx last run, or whatever the all-time high was, somewhere around there. I'm thinking this run looking at about 10K, and I've seen other people, speak much lower than that. Some people have said ginormous numbers, but certainly for me, I can see that looking at the past, it would be abnormal to just hit that all-time high again and then go down. And also other things that I've been noticing, which I spoke to a few people about, is sort of noticing the same things I am. And this is normally quite good signs. This happened last bull run, was gaming coins starting to pump again and lead the market. So, like Illuvium, GALA, Decentraland, Sandbox, they're all up about 15 to 70% on the week. Now I remember that takes me back to last bull run when I jumped in the market about into 2020.
It's funny. I put all those prices on this week's POAP, which you can get.
I saw that, and I thought, you've read my friggin' mind, man.
I'm gonna try to put it in there weekly. Dr. Doge, I can't see you visually. Also, Greeny, I sent you in your Twitter DMs if you want to join the thing live, this broadcast live video. If you're doxxed or not, feel free. You can also link it into your Twitter handle, or your X handle, or formerly known as Twitter handle, and you can actually play the video live, which we're looking at top up there live. So FOMO with a PH. I love the name. Thanks for listening. Anita Perez, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Jeff Pasta, thank you for listening. Mel Rentier, thank you for listening. Supreme DeFi, excuse me. And Pac-Man Zero, thank you for tuning in, everyone, as well. And Greeny, if you need to speak, go ahead. Your hand's been raised. Go ahead. Don't hold it any longer. LS Club X Blue, thank you for listening. Greeny, go ahead.
Hi, team. Yeah, thanks for letting me on. I'm just trying to log into the
Cool. Best thing to do is mute it on Twitter, and then you can just talk, because I can see you right now. You're live.
Yeah, sweet as. Abby, can you hear me? Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, so you're listening to Greeny live through my microphone, Crypto Nova's microphone, but you can watch him His beautiful Australian face, hat backwards,
Wow.
very similar looking to Patrick Kane if you've ever seen the Blackhawk player back in the day. Earbuds in. And we got Craig Coin Purse also pounding it. It's probably at 12 o'clock. He's having a 12 o'clock on Monday in the future, having a brewski.
You can't even see it. Oh,
It is.
you can't see it. It's invisible.
That dang MRFer's in the way again. It's always that. It always goes back to that MRFer in the way. But
hey, just to Nova, just to introduce Greenie. He's a guy I followed for some time. He's pretty wicked with TA. Knows macro really well as well. It's someone Greenie, correct me if I'm wrong. I think this might be about your third cycle. So, you know, I'm in my second, he's in his third. So certainly for myself, you know, I always look to the wisdom of people who've done it longer than I have.
I myself am a strong believer and follow the readings of the 4-year wave cycle, which sometimes are hours at length to read and catch up on. But third cycle myself, and I am a believer in markets are cyclical. And I put a smile on my face because obviously anything we say is not financial advice. It's just friends catching up. But I was going to say like the next number are going to be like quadruple sevens, like the 777 range. I'm a believer in numbers and algorithms within that. And Greg, you came back into the 10G range. And I think it's just all institutional buys that people are going to start really zeroing in on, and where you can find the best percentages in your money nowadays. And right now, holding it in a bank is not worth it.
Nah. So yeah, give us your thoughts, Greenie. Say good day. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah. Cheers. No, thanks for having me on, guys. Lovely to be here. I'm actually avoiding work today after my triathlon. It's good to have a day off.
Congratulations on fit. I hope you finished the triathlon, but at least
I did. I cracked the 3-hour mark, so pretty stoked for that.
Dude.
Beautiful, because sometimes the training aspect is the actually the hardest part, not the actual
100%
issue of it. Yeah. So congratulations on that and achievement towards that. I've only been able to finish a triathlon sprint, but sometimes when I start doing something, I go crazy. And the last thing I've gone crazy on in this is this Web3 world. So that's where I'm focused on. Don't mind Dr. Doge. He'll be tuning in, playing some Fortnite with us. Just a little background, whatever. But Greenie, a little bit of stuff. I'm thumbing through your Twitter handle right here, and you have a link tree as well. So I'll just be thumbing through it as you're chatting, my friend. Yeah,
cheers, mate. Thanks. So as Craig said, been in crypto since 2016. So it's been a long time, and I'm super bullish about the next year or two. And essentially, this year has been definitely the year of accumulation. And for me, I've really focused heavily on my branding and sort of creating good content. And then that's how I met Craig. And now I've jumped into his alpha groups and stuff like that. And then I've expanded myself. So I'm going to create some educational videos on YouTube and have a free Telegram group, started my own private group as well. So yeah, just try and expand as much as possible. I'm traveling overseas next year with my fiance. We're getting married in January, so lots exciting ahead, which is fantastic.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
But in terms of the charts, there's two primarily that I'm looking at the moment. It's the total crypto market cap. And if you actually go on to that, you can see that we're fast approaching a breakout of the 1.3 trillion mark. And we haven't been above that since literally May 2022. I posted the chart earlier on my Twitter, I think, that I posted.
I seen it. Yeah, that was brilliant.
But yeah, that's a fascinating one because that's actually a really good one to keep an eye on, because that's how I sort of track whether, how can I put this? Like, your normie friends are, like you said earlier, Nova, are starting to become interested in crypto again, which is, in my opinion, too late nearly. So that's one chart I've kept an eye on, and it looks like if we can hold this level, then it looks bullish, but I think we could still trend sideways for a couple more months. The other chart I've been looking at is the ETH BTC chart, and it's, again, I posted that earlier on X, and we've bounced at that 0.052 level. And if we can hold that, then this is a great accumulation for ETH right now. And that, it's a no-brainer. But it could potentially go down because it is quite weak if BTC dominance continues to go up. And if that is the case, then as you can see down in the chart, I've got that lower mark at 0.04 as that level. And honestly, that's a generational bloody ETH buy when you compare it against ETH. Bitcoin, I mean, sorry. So that's those two charts are the two I'm looking at. And just going back to your conversation before about ETH, I just put sorry, my chart's just a bit slower.
Feel free if you want to. You can screen share as well in this. So you can share whatever you want on the screen as long as it's appropriate, I should say.
Of course.
And, or you can drop it in the private chat, and I could pull it up as well. But I see the characteristics, and I also see what the overall Bitcoin dominance is, because Bitcoin is king or queen or alien ape or zombie, whatever hierarchy you want to throw in on it. And with that, when you see that trickle down, it's almost like a trickle down effect where it is flowing to Ethereum. It is flowing to the gaming coins. Oh, speaking of which, get your POAPs open. Get those open, because in about 1 or 2 minutes here, you can claim a POAP. And we did that last week. And the POAP you claimed last week, actually, I added pretty much a lot of the gaming coins, some of the meme coins in there, and I put the prices in there to kind of like, we can look back at, we'll look at it back a year from now, like, look at this. And then all of a sudden we'll be like, man, we should have bought in. Everything was under $1, and we can't find a coin underneath $1. Not even, not even Shiba Inu underneath $1. We'll just be kicking ourselves. Here we are, chart diving, technical analysis, and what I would do is I'd allocate time, or reallocate time, I should say, away from Clash of Clans to reading charts. So instead of like sitting there like trying to bump my elixir, I was trying to see like best entry, seeing where the Bollinger Bands were coming, seeing where institutional things would come in, reading algorithms within things that come up. I believe there's a huge sell-off when the Yahoo from FTX got in trouble, got sentenced, and there's a big drop off. Then I'm like, wow, this could be an easy little entry, So chart diving is all part of it for me. That's how I feel that I know what direction the barometer is going to move within this ecosystem. So the chart we have here. Oh, KuCoin, you're a KuCoiner, huh? Really?
That's probably, I just didn't even, that's just, I have so many charts over the years. But yeah, I probably should change it to Binance or Coinbase for sure.
But I do use KuCoin as my main chart for charting. I have been with them beta testing from the beginning. So the analysis that comes from is from within their own ecosystem, which has the Ethereum start date within their charts backed up. So actually the MACD is a little bit more compressed rather than the full life MACD of Ethereum's natural growth, which is good because it almost takes out the years that Ethereum was like under like $5 or $10. So I think it has a more realistic approach to how you would gauge at least these last couple waves. Sorry, go ahead. I was excited. Kept talking.
No, you're right, mate. No, I agree. It's authentic as so. That's why I do check for disparity across the different exchanges for sure. But yeah, if we look at this ETH chart here, I'll clean it up a little bit after this. But I just you guys were speaking and Craig was speaking about his target for 10K, and if you look at the fib levels. So essentially, I've just taken the fib retracement
for Fibonacci, and that's a technical trading platform where it goes up and down by different percentages to kind of show within different trading patterns that people historically do based on numbers and math.
Yeah, correct. Yes. So a mathematical model that's applied to the charts realistically, and it's extremely accurate. So if I've just pulled the fib retracement from the top in 2021 to the bottom, obviously that we saw in June last year. And if you check out the fibs, it actually aligns very nicely, the 2.41 at that 10K mark. And so that is a potential target that I would definitely think we could hit. Obviously, we'd probably stop around this level here at the 1.618 level at 7.3K. But yeah, just wanted to quickly show that to you all. That's what I would be looking at in the long term, obviously. So.
Hey, Greeny.
Second time we've heard that number within the last 20 or 30 minutes. And you'll hear this claim code. The claim code is MACD, all capital letters, MACD. And you can put that claim code in POAP for your secret word to claim a POAP right now. And that's hot live action for the next half an hour. Claim that POAP. You might as well claim that POAP right now. Claim that POAP right now. It's a secret word. You just type in MACD, MACD, all capital letters. And that is a chart. So here we are dropping some education on you on a different chart style that you can find within, I guess you could find it anywhere. I generally have just read it in ETH my entire life. So that's what the language I view it in. And we had Greeny on as well that you just heard. You can see all this chart diving that we're doing live action above us in Craig's coin purse. It's live video in there. It is also in Crypto Novo 311 on YouTube and also on Twitch. And it is also on the Novoverse. So Greeny, this is all part of it as well. I mean, we got Dr. Doge dropping in on an OG map in Fortnite. we're talking charts. And this is part of it is like, I'm a busy person. I got a 9 to 5. I'm a teacher. Most people know, but when I could come here on a Sunday night and get some alpha, get some info, dive in with some Fibonacci's from other analysts, hear the same number 2-3 times going on. I'm a 777 guy on there, but the Fibonacci level that you showed there and that different range was at about 7,200. So you'll see some peaks and valleys around there, where you might see things longer term grow towards the space. And it almost makes my thoughts on back to, I guess we can loop in Fortnite into this. Is right now it's so basic with the OG is just like how the gamification of V-Bucks within Fortnite and spreads an ecosystem to have wings and have things produce even larger, because Fortnite has something big coming prior to this holiday season. And it is an ecosystem where it is Web 2 based, but the Web 3 Eagle Claws are definitely tallying in on this. And it's going to be that game of one of those games that's just going to really hit it off for people, where you're going to be pretty much paid in a coin that is going to be able to buy skins, which we're seeing now in a lot of Web 2 games where people are spending cryptocurrency to try to get these OG skins. And then also, you know what, maybe the other side's going to spur it off with thoughts on gaming coins here, Craig, because a lot of the money that leaks down from Bitcoin and Ethereum does get dispersed outwards, because we do see the dominance dissipate as more money enters the ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, I like them, but I suppose I like it from the point of view that I intend to obviously sell the tokens, etc. So for me, it's just the speculation. I know strong with it. So if there's speculation and positivity in a meta, it'll pump, right? So it's not so much of a case of, I mean, I am bullish about the gaming meta and crypto. Absolutely, I think it'll eat everything. Whether that's this bull run, I don't know. But I'm still going to buy coins that I think are going to pump in the gaming meta. And I just had a good run with them last bull run. I'm comfortable with them. I don't want to say I know them, but I feel like I understand it. And I know some of the old ones. So I guess it's more of a case of, and it's funny because Greeny messaged me last night, asked me which ones I was looking at. And it was kind of a case of, I haven't looked for any new ones yet, but it's sort of, I'd noticed over the last fortnight, they started popping off. And I was like, okay, these are starting to pop off now, the same as last bull run, where they popped off quite early. And I remember Engine last time, that might have been a 30x for me.
Yeah.
That was great coin, man. Just like, I felt like a genius.
Weren't they linked into Minecraft? Was Engine linked in the I remember they were linked into someone big, like, oh, this is going to be the next phase up. I think GALA's range within how far that they have dispersed their coins within the ecosystem is going to possibly have range for them in the long run. But that's I have some biased opinion on that. I have a GALA node running,
Yeah, I get you.
Doge, that's what the computer's doing right now, and I'm not linked in VR is the GALA
Nice.
node is fired up and running and just collecting coin after coin within it. And I don't know, it's something to do, you know. It's something that's
I
running.
think if you got it, yeah. I mean, that'd be perfect for it. I mean, I remember back in the days, you remember
Dr.
Quiz,
Doge.
Zeta, yeah, some of them guys, like, you know, all literally having a node in those early days and then it being able to afford another node, you know, 2 more nodes just from what they had in the bull run from that, you know, just initially getting it. So that's always been something I found interesting as well. I don't have any myself personally or run any, but yeah, something I don't think a lot of people really truly realize the capabilities of, if you would.
Well, I couldn't afford a node, and then because I didn't have enough ETH, but then when you start selling NFTs and
Yep.
you're racking wins here and there, and then you're like, all right, well, this money is staying in the ecosystem. How does it go? And then you diversify. And that diversification for me was, all right, I'm going to buy a node. I want to, you know, I wanted to get into that, see how I can technically get passive income. And, you know, from what I've heard last, I don't know if this is public knowledge, so don't crucify me for my sources. But I think they're going to turn the nodes into NFTs. So then now you're able to buy and sell the node within an NFT format. So people can, I guess, it just be unlockable content that has the specific code that you can link it in to get your node fired up and get contributions and rewards from it. So it is cool. It's something that I learned along the way a little bit, something that is ongoing and running, and you know, something that's, I don't know, it's just adding to the piggy bank, I guess. So go GALA, you know. But there again, there's my financial, not financial advice once again. Go ahead, Greenie.
I used to love GALA games and looked into getting a node as well, but was just priced out due to having liquidity locked up everywhere across Web3, really. And I do think it was definitely oversold with all that FUD that happened earlier this year. But yeah, I agree with Craig. Like, gaming is I was making huge bags last cycle, and it's just going to keep growing. Like, entertainment industries around the world, gaming is the biggest industry by far. Like, it is way superior to movies, to TV shows, all that sort of stuff. So it's definitely one you want to keep an eye on for sure. And like, yeah, there's some really good tokens that are currently accumulating. Like, just off the top of my head, Vulcan Forge, PYR is the ticker. IMX as well is definitely just trending sideways. So tokens like that have history, that have like a great brand, that are starting to bring utility to their actual token, to whatever they're doing in the real world, are the ones that I'm keeping an eye on.
Yeah, both of those I used. I had last run as well, Greenie. Both of those, and they were both rippers, man. Hopefully we get the same. I mean, obviously there'll be new ones that pop off, but as you said, it'll be nice to see. It'll be nice to see some of the coins from last run continue to build and create confidence versus just new ones coming, new shiny thing, people jump in. And I mean, I guess one of the risks, I suppose, with gaming tokens is that eventually it requires an actual game to be produced. And from the limited knowledge, I mean, I'm a gamer, I suppose, but I'm certainly not a dev, or I haven't never attempted to make games. But the actual delivery of a game is quite tough, and to make a successful game's hard. So that's why I'm sort of saying I'm going to make money on the tokens through this bull run, I think. And I don't think I think it might be wise for people to sell on the way up sometimes and don't wait for that game launch, which may never come. So make sure, I guess what I'm saying is make sure everyone take profits on the way up, because.
Well, I think one thing that I've learned with the gaming sector is, and this is going to bridge to your point exactly, is, you know, buy the rumor, sell the news. And there's going to be lots of news with the gaming. What's going on? What's this? What's that? Who's in? Who's out? But at the end of the day, you know, the person who wins and gets the tokens usually sells it to, you know, pay to be an esporter for the rest of his or her life. So a lot of times, you know, the ones that do win the Bored Ape tokens, you know, when those go up 30, 40%, they're probably selling it. You know, they need that cash money to maintain being an esporter. but they want to win. That's what I've learned in the bottom line. They want to be the winners. It's not really the cash value in it. It's just being the winners. But at the end of the day, you got to sell it. And I think with the gaming industry, you hear a lot more of that compared to maybe larger NFT projects that have tokenomics based on it, or even larger corporations that are more tech minded because their roadmap is more spelled out because they probably have a more defined investor group behind them. Not saying a gaming groups don't, but like you said, it is hard to be a successful game out there. I mean, if you look, I could simply tell by the games my friends playing, like, it's Fortnite, it's Call of Duty, it's EA Sports some type of sporting game, and like outside,
there's only 4 or 5 games being played. I mean, there's more, but the big ones, right? The big money, the big money.
Yep, and they're waiting for that big name release to come out with the Final Fantasies or the Assassin's Creed.
That'd be cool, man. Final Fantasy Web3 would be so.
But a lot of that's just advertising. The amount of advertising money they force at you, like buy this, buy this, buy this game, buy this.
I wanted to also see if you guys had sort of noticed this as well, but just sort of DeFi coins picking up, Uniswap, SushiSwap, ARB. They look like they've been running pretty well alongside the gaming coins, which for me is another good sign, which reminded me of last bull where they ran early as well and hard. So it looks like DeFi is starting to pick up now. I mean, when I say starting, maybe I haven't kept a close eye on it. Maybe I'm a little bit behind, but it looks to me like those are starting to rally a bit as well. Greenie, had you sort of noticed those starting to, they sort of come up on your radar? Certainly the sushi swaps and the pancakes and yeah,
100%. And they're going to get better and better as more, like, I suppose, just more FUD around sexes, essentially. It just means that there's better options out there. Like, people are using Uniswap to trade these bloody meme coins and stuff. So like the use case is there. But Chainlink has broken out of a huge accumulation range. So that's definitely one I'm keeping an eye on for sure. I'm just going through the list right now. But yeah, the ARB ecosystem is not a bad one to keep an eye on as well. And if you look, I'm on Coin Gecko at the moment. And DeFi this last 7 days is pretty much, around the top performer outside of a couple of other categories. So yeah, it's definitely one to keep an eye on, Craig, for sure.
Cool, yeah. Hey, Greenie, while I've got you here, I thought I put the question to you. People, there's always various opinions about TA. You probably know where I'm going with this, with TA and meme coins and things like that. I thought it might be a good opportunity to give you a platform to, I suppose, kind of explain the validity of TA. And then with meme coins, I mean, I've got my opinion on it. I think it's definitely valid. But, there's also, you could easily say, meme coins haven't been around long enough. You can't do TA. So I thought it might be a good chance. And there's no right or wrong here, man. I don't think anyone,
No, man, I with meme coins, it definitely, like, markets trend in a particular way. And so there's definitely patterns you can watch. There's definitely setups you can have. Whether they're more likely to play out or not, it is depending on how much market cap there is / how much liquidity there is. Like, I'm trading Baby at the moment. And it's currently retesting its breakout triangle with a double bottom confirmed with strong support. So that's how I like to trade, and that's how you can trade. That's how I traded Joe to bloody millions and millions of dollars. And it definitely does work. Just with meme coins, you have to be careful because a big bag holder can just go dump or just go buy. So, and there's plenty of bots out there that can manipulate it due to having a smaller market cap for sure.
Yeah. That's sort of the way I felt as well. And I think people that say it can't be used, I possibly think don't understand that, humans are humans and psychology is psychology, no matter what market it's in. You could be trading rocks and humans, because there's a human behind it, the psychology is the same. So the levels tend to be the same regardless. And Novo, you're probably along the same.
It's about being 2 steps ahead and then also kind of almost being first in. So like, what are you going to be first in again on this run? Because, right now the news cycles are picking up on this because this percentage is made. And then your friends start calling, and then your relatives start calling, and then your grandparents start calling. And then that's when you start thinking about starting to sell. You know, like,
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
you missed it. Like, call me back. Like, honestly, like, call me back in like 2.5 years, which
Yeah.
kind of sucks. But like, now is the time where it's fun, I think, and none of this is financial advice. Now the time that's fun because like everything's gonna hopefully be taken off, you know, and you'll see larger gains in this than you'll see anywhere else because there is a larger range of, like you're saying, bag holders that can buy and dump. And that's why it is a lot of it on these decentralized exchanges. And that's why the U.S. doesn't allow people to be on current exchanges. And the current exchanges are kind of wiltering up and drying up. They can't give rewards for people to be there because what's the point? You know, unless you're actually living in that country. And then you're at the mercy of that country's willpower to put on that company. So the decentralized application towards it is all part of the process. But there's also have that balance, I believe. You know, if that's an insurance system, if that's the trust within the holders of it, whatever that may be. But got a lot of watchers and listeners. Again, to reset the room, you can watch the charts. We're actually not even looking at charts right now. Dr. Doze is flying around on a golf cart. OG Fortnite, which
I love it. I love it, man.
So 5 days ago, we are chart diving. I'm seeing similar things in the chart that I recognized almost 3 years ago before the halvening went on. And I remembered on my phone taking lots of screenshots on my phone with those things going on. And what I was doing the day of the halvening, I thought that was going to be a big like historical event, which I wasn't doing anything really exciting at all. But I did watch the countdown to zero and take a screenshot with my phone. But you know, that knowledge is power, and knowing that other people are seeing similar things than I, and that, you know, things that I hear from other people within this space help me highlight my thought process on how I'm going to forge through within the space. Unfortunately, here in the U.S., the U.S. government calendar always starts and ends on a calendar year. So with having events, having NFTs taken away from me for a tax write-off, I'm gonna have to do some selling between now and the end of the year to balance the books. That's just the reality of it. I'm not saying I can't buy in right after the first of the year, but that's the thought process. And to find interesting exit layer, nice move there, Dr. Doge, very Batman. Saving that fall injury.
Oh,
but within all that, you know, I'm looking for an exit point here to cap it down until next year with some Ethereum. So I have some stuff locked up in ETH too that I haven't touched on Coinbase, so I might exit out on that because that was a nice percentage of just putting ETH in somewhere that was actually grew a fatter percentage than sitting in a bank, and something that I didn't touch for that a length of time. Doge, your thoughts on all this? I mean, you've been in this advanced technology and cryptocurrency for a while as well, and your thought?
I mean, it's definitely not. You know, I've not been one that has dabbled around in the coins like y'all have in that sense. I've been more the NFT using it and getting in and actually, you know, the JPEG side of it and the 3D models. But I gotta admit, it is pretty awesome to see whether or not it's gaming related, just any kind of new thing that's coming out as far as coin, whether it's a token, anything that is related to the gaming side of it, right? Whether it's something as simple as hell, it could just be, you know, not even monetary value, not even something like that, but just you know, whether it's a simple shirt, something like that that could be turned into a token and you pop it in, you know, anything. We're moving into that point where I think people are starting to view NFTs more in that sense, going along and blending like that crypto with NFTs and having it, you know, it used to be, bro, I'd hop into, oh shit,
Gotta
oh
go.
shit,
I was about to say
shit.
final 8. We shouldn't have been talking to you.
Oh no, you're good.
Dr. Doge, you
Oh,
got blame that on
I didn't even hear them. I was at the top of the hill. They came in like hella quiet. I did not. Yeah, but anyway, so basically, like, you know, seeing that blend of I mean, you remember the days hopping into VR and they would just hear the word NFT and automatically assume that, oh, you're just one of those crypto bros. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you're rich. How many? You got a wallet full of stuff, and it's like, no, there's a fine misconception between like the actual like crypto traders, that like we're doing here, watching charts, going through, doing this, versus people that just sit there and flip NFTs, and the people just they get the two mixed up or think it's the same. I don't know. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
We were gaming with 2 nights ago. What was it? What is Bitcoin?
Cryptic. I'm a Agent Bitcoin, which
Agent
is Cryptic
Bitcoin.
on Twitter. Yep.
And he's Cryptic on Twitter, and
Yep.
he had the Nike swoosh Air Max backpack, which I have as well. And people ask me about that. If you want to see that, go onto my YouTube page, and it's either me or my son gaming on it. And you can see that backpack, and it's a Nike shoe, which you can get in Fortnite back in the time. But then it was also a full Fortnite skin from swoosh.nike as well. So like Nike's getting in that gameable aspect. And a lot of people ask about that, like, hey, how did you get those Nike wearables in Fortnite? And Dr. Doge does that. He brings different PFPs into Unreal Engine 5, just like the same platform here. So you can drive around in GTA and have your Bored Ape or have your MRF, or you can have your Void or your CryptoPunk all within that ecosystem gaming. And it's your own platform. You can have your friends. So it's an added value within a roadmap. So, I mean, you don't need these huge tokenomics things when you have a platform that's already pre-built. And I just think that whatever Fortnite has going on with Unreal Engine right now, it's a very basic model.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking like, what if they like upgrade it to like having like 200-300 people on a platform at a time?
That would be pretty sick. No, I've seen a couple of like the creator made ones where it's pretty wild. It gives you that ability, but it's like you said, yeah. I think once they start ramping up, really what is doable by the player. I know everybody always wants, well, why can't I just have my avatar in there? We can already put 3D models, but that is there at the moment. I mean, look how much money they make on their skin, on V-Bucks, on getting that, right? If they would have just allowed everybody to drop their custom.
You have a McFarlane spawn. Yeah, file share. Speaking of file sharing, I'm going to share a POAP. You have 5 minutes to claim it. It's MACD, which is an indicator that you can find for analytics within any charts. MACD, all capital letters in POAP. If you're not too familiar with POAP, just DM me. I'll just send you one. It's a free NFT with the show. And within it, it has the prices. Made the POAP this morning, so it'd be this morning's prices. And if you were here last week, and we had significant amount of people claim last week's POAP as well, it has the price of the POAP on there. Craig, last month we gave away over 100 POAPs on the show.
That's right.
Awesome. I didn't even realize that. It was pretty cool. We already had 11 POAPs claimed for tonight's show, so thank you for claiming those POAPs. Last week we had 33 people claim a POAP from listening. So thanks, and thanks for listening down there below. You can watch above as well. Dr. Doge flying around, picking up the golf cart, which is one of the few things that as a vehicle that moves in the game. I think that maybe you're going to be able to get like either huge mega techs or maybe like, I think there's a, like a Godzilla, like a Mothra or something like that would be wicked to drive around, because the map is very basic. You're back to the basic guns within Fortnite, back to the OG status. And they use the word OG map in this, so having that original gangster feel is very Web3. And now they're stealing our words, next thing they're going to be able to drip all over the place too.
Soon enough, they'll be with us, man. Soon enough.
They'll all be with us. But claim that POAP. You got 3 minutes to claim it right now. If you're listening on record, thank you for listening on record. Just drop me a DM. I can get you that POAP. There are POAPs, same POAP codes in my friend tech. I don't know if Craig at Craig's Coin Purse dropped any in his friend tech, but you got him in there, and then also on Discord. So there's plenty of ways to get this POAP. we'll track the prices of a couple meme coins, a couple game coins, Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP's bumping big time right now. I mean, we were almost up to 70 cents on that.
Is it? Yeah, right.
So that's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just another like financial institution. I believe they're helping out the country or the state. I believe not the state in the United States, but the country of Georgia. I think they're going to help out with I don't know, establishing some type of digital currency with or through them. So that's something that I heard within the last couple of days. Any other thoughts, concerns, questions, or ideas from Greeny, who thank you for tuning in and chiming in and just hopping in, entering in the Novoverse, or from Craig or from Dr. Doge. We're not going to interrupt you again when there's only players left. So,
yeah, from me, no, I think the market, like we've been saying the last few weeks, looks nice and warm. I think we're getting to the part where we'll start seeing people make some really good money. I mean, obviously in meme coins, people have been making good money up till now, but we should see some of the more vanilla options starting to pop off. And obviously that's going to bring retail in because they'll get excited. And I was going to say before, sort of the last it was about, when I first started talking to you, Nova, maybe about 6 weeks ago, was about the time when I started getting my Facebook messages from my normie friends. I got about 2 or 3 of them, and that's the moment I thought, shit, I should have been buying harder. They're coming. And they were sort of, the classic, what should I buy? What's your hot tips? And I was like, man, my hot tips were probably about 6 months ago.
So the fear and greed index. Well, let's change these color codes. So it looks like the friends called right between yellow and green, right in this range right here.
That's exactly what it is.
Obviously name something different than fear and greed, but that is the honest barometer of it. And then, once you see it like on like CNBC and Mad Money, then it's getting better. Then all of a sudden you'll see it on nightly news or like the world news. Then like it's in, and then you
Saturday Night Live and all those kick in.
Stories, and then like this, and then that's when when it is. And then
the Simpsons just had an NFT episode, didn't they?
Say that again.
The Simpsons just had an NFT episode with
it came out tonight. Doge, did you see it?
Not yet. No. I've been hearing and seeing clips. Yeah, I need to watch it. So
Bart got turned into an NFT. He went into sometimes almost like the movie The Fly, where he goes into this thing that turns him into an NFT, and Marge has to go on the blockchain to save him. And they had rip-offs of CryptoPunks. They had, what are they called? The Bored Apes. I forgot what they called the Bored Apes. Like, it's funny. Got a good chuckle out of it. They had doodles puking all over the place. They had Mooncats, but obviously everything had a different rip-off name that made it real funny. But man, I was laughing out loud. My son was calling all of them out. Like it was awesome. So you could see.
I thought that was a good sign seeing that episode. I was like, oh man, this is going to get hot. If Simpsons are playing it, oh man. So NFTs look like they're getting a bit of volume now as well. I haven't kept the closest eye on them, but I have noticed a few people on my timeline have been getting a few wins. So maybe we're going to start seeing some money flow there, which would be pretty cool.
Well, maybe we could thank the Ape Fest out in Hong Kong. Looked like people had fun out there. I was not able to make it, had FOMO, but it definitely was given the likes. It's very easy to do. Might as well like and retweet this spaces right now if you're listening down below. If not, it's real simple. You just hit that like button in formerly known as Twitter, but on X, and just tell people what's going on in the space, and the people who are speaking now up here. Doge, you still on the alien accounts? Is that your Twitter handle now?
Yes. For this moment, I don't think I'll be getting the Dr. Doge one back. So unless it's sometime in the future, but too many DMCAs basically throughout the years.
Back there, and then I'm almost the same way, where the content I put on the show is the stuff that on my particular show is the Novoverse. As currently we have Dr. Doge playing in Fortnite. We have The Simpsons actually playing live. It's playing the whole episode live. Actually, I'm going to turn that off so I don't get any censorship. On that, Craig, you got 2 people watching live on your Twitter handle right now. Let's see what we got in the Novoverse. We got a pair of people watching in the Novoverse. And let's see what we got live on YouTube. Bunch of people watching live on YouTube. So thanks for watching live. But, maybe we can continue just doing this. And I think this is a good barometer to seeing what's happening in the market cap, because there's going to be a correction and there's going to be an entry level. I mean, if it keeps going up and up and up, it's actually problematic. You want to have corrections. It's healthy to have corrections. It's healthy to have consolidations, because what that does is it helps the floor from falling out. And you don't want the floor to fall out all the way down to, the $1,200 range. You want it to catch around that $1,700 range, or around that $2,000 range, around that, $2,500 range, around that $4,000 range. And a lot of those falls, those corrections, are based on Fibonacci levels, which we spoke about today. So adding some education and some education and some vocabulary towards trading, and it all works as one. It's almost like a body system where the cryptocurrency could either be the blood or the blood running through the body system, and the NFTs are maybe part of the brain. That's the creative part of the brain. And I don't know, the gaming is the nervous system that has involves the quick muscle fiber, so you can push those buttons real quick, whatever it may be, but it's all works together. Ooh, good gnome find right over there.
Yeah.
Hey, how we're just talking about that Simpsons episode? Someone's just done an NFT mint that's absolutely flying. It's almost at 0.1. It was a free mint.
Wow.
It's going crazy. So it's called Springfield Punks. It actually looks all right. Oh my God.
I've actually gotten, you might remember this, Novo. Do you remember, or do you happen to know B. Leo? Do you remember the Simpsons punks from back in the day? The Simpsons, or whatever, like he made a set, and I wonder what they're doing at the moment now. And I think I might still have a couple of them. And it was one of those fun mints that for the longest, everybody thought he was going to just have it, going down. Simpsons going to sue him, anything like this. And no, sure enough, it's still it's to this day, it's still, yeah. South Park, did y'all see the specials they did with NFTs a few months back? Like maybe a couple months?
Yes,
that was pretty wild as well. Yeah.
They were going bonkers over it. They're like destroying the whole town over it.
Yeah, they just those NFTs just hit 0.15.
They're flying.
Yeah, they doubled since I brought it up. Sheesh. Yeah, so there's liquidity out there.
You're the influencer power. You're talking about it.
God damn it, I didn't get to buy. That's so funny. Now it's actually cool to see stuff like that pop off for me. I'm like, yeah, bring it on, man. Bring that liquidity. Stupid liquidity. Come on in. Cool. NFT project running. What a smart move, huh?
Here we go, Doge. Here we go. Here's my derivative.
There you go.
Yo, that's sick. Yo. Yeah.
That one, right?
Look at the lips.
Yeah. I don't think that's the one. Are these the new ones? No, these aren't the one that I have. No, this is awesome. That's insane.
This one actually outdates them. This one.
Those are cool, though.
Look how long. May 7th, 2021. Think how long that was. Crazy.
Yep.
They're silver,
Dude, that's crazy. That brings back some memories. Wild times.
But that's what it is. It sparks to news stories like that. Someone put that out there, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, I know how to make a project." And now all of a sudden, they have a little bang for their buck. They have some return investment on their on creating an NFT or an NFT project that, we're sitting here chuckling at. But on the same time, what's the total volume on it that he's making? He's making something off of it.
Man, these are going to hit 0.2 in the next probably 20 minutes. And they've sold, in the last hour, they've sold almost 1,000. In the last 10 minutes, they've sold 200.
Wow.
And they just dropped?
Yeah, so
wow.
Where's the money coming from?
1 day volume, 177 ETH, 66 ETH in the last 15 minutes.
Wow.
300 listed.
All right.
Listings are
I
going
think
up
we're
right
doing the
now.
wrong thing with our time here. I think we should maybe get off the.
100%.
Maybe we should make some Fortnite OG NFTs, you know, just like Fortnite
Man.
OG maps. True OGs making true OG stuff or something like that.
Well played to that Devon artist, whoever that was. Well played. That they deserve some ETH for that. I love that stuff. I love opportunist money like that. Ridiculous.
And that dropped. That came out 3 hours ago. I think I watched it live. It's 3 hours ago.
Yeah, it was a free mint, was it?
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, it looks free mint. About 2 hours ago.
Nice. That's a good one. Damn it. Yeah, I haven't seen an NFT pop off like that in quite some time.
That's what's going to drive the
Bull
news.
market is back.
We're back. We're so back, boys. We're back. We're rich. I can open up the vault and get ready to sell my NFTs. I've been waiting for this.
You know what? If you guys want to do the same thing, same bat time, same bat channel, I just saw the bat signal go up on Dr. Doge's screen there prior. I mean, we're going to keep going live Sundays, so we can do it. I actually want to get in on a game with Doge here. I have an itch to actually Fortnite it up. But yeah, I agree. If you want to come back on, I can teach you how to pair these to your social media accounts so we can just get this live action, break it up into segments. If you want to go through a chart analysis as well. And then, Craig, any alpha that you're finding in this within the space, I'm always happy to hear as well. And just keep on adding that content. I know Avery Piper wants to come back on, talk some shoes.
Cool.
I have some dope artifact shoes. I actually forged some artifact shoes as well. Some of their the ones that just recently you can forge. So we can talk some shoes next week. If not, we'll just keep on talking gaming and cryptocurrency. And anything else for the go to the order, my friends?
No, not from me. Thank you for having me on, lads. Greeny, thanks for popping by, and you're welcome to stop by next week, brother, if you're free to shoot the you-know-what. And just those Springfield things I can't get over, about to hit 0.2, lads, so we're so effing back. And let's go buy some apes and some punks.
Tis the season to flip, I guess. Doge, good luck. Doge, about 10 minutes, I'm going to log on. So feel free to play when you want, and maybe I'll meet you in the Fortnite work. Greeny, it was nice to meet you. I love the approach and the charts. I'm reading and looking at the same charts, so we might as well sit here and pass what I don't know how many eyes we have involved in this now. 8 eyes are better than 2. So we'll keep on keeping on. And until next week, my friends, I want to thank all my aliens, apes, and zombies for listening, watching. If you're listening it and watching it later, feel free to tune in. Follow me anywhere, even on Fortnite, Crypto Novo on Fortnite as well. So you can get in there and game with me. And if you beat me in Fortnite, just send me a DM and I'll send you a POAP that you beat me. All right. Take it easy, my friends. Till next week. Stay positive.
Thanks,
Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Cheers.
Later, gang. Yep.